Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to take a look on the reactive extension rx.net. If we can, it can help us with our Blazor. So to start, let's create a new Razor component. So we're going to name this reactive dot razor. All right. So we have the reactive dot razor there. And I always like to create a code behind for this razor pages razor reactive that razor dot cs. So we have our code behind there, and then we're going to say that it's partial. Alright, because the implementing one is this one, the reactive, and we have this as the partial because those are two classes. Alright, and for the pages, is it page or pages? Let's try, let's take a look at it. Oh, it's page. So in the page here, we're going to name this reactive. Okay, and then we're going to add that here in our navigation. In our navigation. So here in the navigation, we're going to say reactive here, and then here reactive. Okay. Next is we're going to install rx.net. rx.net. What's the name? Is it rx.net? Rx. Rx. Reactive. I think this one. System.reactive. That by .NET Foundation revision RX for .NET. Yeah, okay. So is it? Can we implement this in 5 version 3.1? So they don't have an implementation for 5 yet. Okay, so this is useless. Um, Dependencies, no dependency. I don't know. I don't understand. But let's. I think it can be installed because it's version 5, right? So, but it's saying here that the dependency is version 3.1 .NET 5. Oh, yeah, it supports .NET 5. So we're okay. Um, let it finish to download. We can pause the video. Okay, so it's still downloading because of my stupid internet here. And thank you, Globe and PLDT, for being so bullshit internet service provider in the Philippines. So, okay, while waiting for that to download, we have this rx.net in action book here saying getting started with reactive extension, reactive programming, hello RX, functional thinking in C sharp, creating observables. Yeah, so I have all of these basics in RxJS because Angular is heavily using RxJS, and I believe all the Angular developers are very familiar or expert with reactive programming because of that. And Blazor is a .NET implementation, but I'm not sure if it's implementing reactive um, programming already in nature or by default. But yeah, it's still quite nice if you can implement something. If we can understand reactive implementation with .NET, and I believe they are the same. They have the same concept, and maybe it's maybe a syntax difference only. So .NET Rocks here. It's a podcast. So they talk about reactive, I think, here about .NET Rocks. Okay, so these are two C Sharp developer here that just want to make um, money to feed their family, and look at them, very very cool and nice looking people. Let's see. This is how they this is how they make a living and make money to support their children and their wife. Okay. Okay. I think that we it's already finished. Okay. All right. Okay. So we can override here on initialize the async here. Okay, and we can try. So this Docker thing is not working. So let's switch this to our app. Better judgment. Silent war. I don't wanna talk to you anymore. Okay. So we're waiting. Okay. Did it finish? Um, I've been waiting a long time for this moment to come and distant for anything at all. Downtown, light will be shining on me, and in the rain out. So we have a reactive here, and we want to create a button here. A button. So it's going to have on click. So we have an on click here. There's a cute function click in our code behind. So this is going to be private, protected. It's going to be protected. Async task click, and we're going to stop that first. So we're going to put a code behind console that right line there. We're going to say here is int I is equals to 0, getter and setter here, and then here we're going to initialize I is equals to 0, and then here we're going to um, can we print this directly? I++. Okay, so let's run this again. I've been waiting a long time for this moment to come and distant for anything at all. Whoa. Downtown. Alright, so the button there needs to have a value. Click and then refresh. talk to you anymore. I'm afraid of what I might say. I bite my tongue every time you come around. Okay, so we're going to take a look here because our console will be printing here here. Instead of this one here, this console that right line will not be printing in the console app here. Instead, it will be printing in the console in the browser. Or click, 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 click. I think it's not calling our click here. A silent war. Okay, so I believe it will not print while this one here. This is not a valid statement here. So we'll have it count equals count plus plus, and then we're going to put the count here. Okay. So okay, run this again. All right. So we'll have this. Okay, there, and click, 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 click. Oh, so it's printing here, but before, maybe it's a web assembly that I'm building. Uh, I don't know. This Blazor thing confuses me. Okay, so it's printing there. So it's printing in the console. I'm wrong. Okay, so we have it there now, and now we want to make use of our RxJS. So how do we do this? We have an observable amp. So how to make an example here? Silent war. I don't want to talk to you anymore. So let's try this one first. Okay, yeah, I know now. Okay, so let's create an observable here. So we'll have to create an observable here. Private I observable of int and of observables. Yeah, let's just put it as observables equals new. Um, okay, these are observables, and we'll say here that next, like that. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's put here. Then obj dot next equals count here, right, like that. I think we should use a should getter and setter there, and in initialization ob is equals to a new observable. Observable of int, maybe. How do we do that? Generate. What is generate? Observable. rx.net tutorial. because we need to define this. How do we like initialize? Uh, it should be a list, right? It should be an observable list of int equals to I don't know. Because in RxJS, we do it like this. We'll define a subject here, and then we're going to define observable here, observable, observable, and in your observable here, observable, you will have something like this. Observable is equals to s as observable, something like that in RxJS. And then you can do it like this here. You can say um, s dot next equals to 1, and then our thing here, ob dot subscribe. We're going to subscribe to that, then our result here will be the 1 here. Our x is equals to 1, something like that. But we can how do we do that here? Do we have a subject here? Subject. Okay, we have a subject of um, list of int s. Okay, so we have subject, and we should have an observable of um, list of int observables here. Okay, something like that. Like that or like that. Like that. Okay, is it gonna be I subject as well? No, I think it's good. So we can have like that. If we can have like that, then O here is equals to S as observable. Okay, we can have something like that. And then here in our S dot next, right? Next is equals to count, like that. And here in our O dot subscribe, we're going to console log here X, and then this X here is going to, hey, what happened here? next. Okay, yeah, so it's going to display, it's going to give the entire thing. Yeah, so we're going, this is not gonna be, this is just observable of one maybe. And here, next of int, something like that. So it's gonna be on next maybe. Okay, so like that. And then we're going to put this one here. Observable baby. And then print the X there. Okay, let's see. You only think about yourself. Okay, so it's running. Let's refresh. Um, is it finish? Alright, so let's reload. Okay, here in our reactive, I think there's an error. Value cannot be null. Yeah, yeah. I think we have to still have to initialize this O equals new observable, maybe something like that. rx.net initialize observable. This is Swift. Oh man, let's post this one first. I don't know, man. Yeah, something like this maybe. Like that. Can we do like that? Uh, how do we do this? Like that. Why do I have to put a range? I don't want to put a range. Why do I have to put a range? It's observable. Mm, yeah, I don't know. So we can try this one for now. So it's going to initialize and then it's going to assign here as observable, and the S is should be a new subject, or maybe we can do something like that here. And let's try this. Okay, try this. So where's my error? So yeah, so yeah, it's not working. See, uh, so it's observable. So yeah, so we create a subject here, subject, and then observable here, and then we initialize a subject, and then we assign the subject into the observable, and then we subscribe, and yeah. So every time we have a click here, we're going to pass it to the subject, and then the subject will then pass the item here, the um the result. Okay. So yep, that's it. Observable and Blazor. Reactive. Okay, reactive Blazor. All right, cool. Thanks. Bye.